Hey, hey! Hello, old farts. How are you? And I know we got a couple young old farts out there. I'm happy to see everybody. Okay, we got a microphone. I'm hearing a replay there, so you got to mute. We got a microphone. I'm hearing a replay there, so you got to mute. There we go. Whatever that, now it's gone. Muting that sound there. That's good. All right. Hi, everybody. Oh, man. Oh, now it's back. Now it's back. I don't know where the echo is coming from, but hang on. Let me try to find it somewhere here. Aha. I think I found it. Okay. Good deal. Thank you all for showing up here this afternoon. I know we're kind of early for a lot of people, but there's a lot of us old farts that noon on Wednesday makes sense, or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And I know for all of our people that are in the UK and Ireland and throughout the EU, this is, early evening for you guys, and I'm sure appreciating it. So I want to start off today with a big thank you to everybody for all of the prayers and support and all the comments and well wishes that we've received. If you don't know, my wife, just about a month ago now, was diagnosed with colon cancer, and we were just anticipating leaving for a month for Italy. We're going to be in Italy for a month. We were going to be in Italy for a month, and so she had surgery now. The surgery was 2 weeks from today. And she is still in a rehab facility, but she's getting physical therapy every day. And she's making amazing progress. We found out that there was 2 tumors in there. One was almost 5 inches, and the other one was smaller, but they got it all out. And the surgeon says our next step is to go to Italy and enjoy yourself. So we're going to leave the United States on July 20th, and we're going to spend about 2 weeks both in Italy, and then we're going to get on a cruise ship and sail around to Greece and Turkey and come back to Sicily and Naples, and then back to Rome again. And so we're looking forward to that, and I'm thanking God and Buddha and everyone else that I can that we're going to be able to do that, and she's going to be able to enjoy it, and we're going to have a great time. We have 18 people in our group on the cruise this time. I think most of you know that my wife is a cruise travel agent, and she puts these things together a lot and often. And I know last November we did a Bahamas with about 15 people. Excuse me. Time for a team drink. Okay. So I've also, like most of you or a lot of you, I was able to get the Mini 3, and I have had just a few times to get it out and fly it. And of course, as most of you know, I'm living in Las Vegas, and so in June in Las Vegas, the only time I can fly is somewhere between 5:30 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. Usually by 9 o'clock, it's over 100 degrees. And a lot of these drones they don't handle that heat well. My first liftoff of my Mini 3, I got a heat warning, and it got about 3 feet off the ground and landed by itself. I did post that on Facebook, I think, and you can see it there. But that was my fault, and I found out that it was my fault. I had done all the upgrades sitting on an ice block or a cooler block, and I did all the upgrades, and then I did the IMU calibration, and I did the compass calibration. And then I took it out into 90 degrees and sat it down on the driveway, which was probably the driveway was probably 120 degrees at that point. And I lifted it off, and the automatic liftoff went up like about 6 inches and just stayed there instead of, like about a meter. It just went up about 6-7 inches. And then I pushed it up higher and went up to about maybe 3 feet and immediately started to come right back down. So anyway, I learned my lesson. I had a heat warning on the screen, and that didn't work. So since then, now I've multiple times now have been able to fly it here, mostly early in the morning or late at night here, but I have been able to take it up, and it handles just wonderful. My Air 2S has been sitting here on the shelf for a few days, so it's kind of feeling neglected. And I have a original Mini sitting on the shelf over here that I use to take kids out to teach them how to fly drones. So anyway, I'm glad to see. Oh boy, we got 15 people watching so far. Then I'm happy you are all showing up. I see. Let's see. Here's. Let me kind of just go through this. One Vision Aerial, you were first here, and I appreciate that. And he knows who we're talking to later today. Here in just a few minutes. Arizona Drone Dude, you know what I mean about the heat here. And of course, Max 420 and Max and Tammy, we got to get together and we got to hang out for a couple days after the Florida drone meetup here in April, and got to know each other pretty well. And I'm happy you're out there, Max. I think you're going to be real impressed with this photographer that I have coming up on the show today. And I see Thomas in Ireland, and I want to thank, and Alan from Ireland is in there. And I want to thank you guys. I know it's about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening there. And I wish the hell I was going to Ireland, this time. I still have an application in for an associate citizenship in Ireland. I have 3 great-grandparents born in Ireland, and I'm working on doing that. And I see Bill's out there. Bill Thomas, we're going to be on at 5:30 Pacific time on drone therapy tonight, and that's going to be a crazy show, and as it always is, and I'm going to jump in on there too today. Eat More Possum. Who the hell is that? I love the name. Eat More Possum is in the chat here, and Akira show. Am I saying that right? Aki Rasho. I do know how to pronounce some Japanese words, but I'm sure I'm screwing up that. But thanks. I see you all the time, and I'm glad you're here. And Audrey, my wife, is in the audience here. I just said, oh, I see. She's logged in as me. Is that right? Okay. Honey, get in the chat room and leave a message there. If that's you, that's great. Okay. So let me tell you about our guest today. I, since the group started growing rapidly, I've been trying as much as I can to keep up with all of the notices and all of the posts, and and I breeze through them. And occasionally, I am blown away by so many of you, but just phenomenal, great artwork that you're creating, flying, seeing areas of the world that, I wouldn't be able to see. I know last week I posted that we're currently in 99 countries. I was, I guess there's old farts everywhere. And so I mean, it's really great that we get to see, videos from so many people and still frames from so many places all over the world. But this one particular person's images just really struck me. I'm sure most of you have seen, his latest stuff. I think that he posted was, it looks like an old abandoned train yard with vegetation growing all over these old trains. And so I reached out to, his name's Jeff Holbury, and I reached out to Jeff, and we chatted a couple nights ago, and we spent nearly an hour, looking at his incredible stuff. And I come to find out, well, I'm going to let him tell you the story here, but he's relatively a new photographer. And I mean, I really am massively impressed. I know some of you know that my wife has been not just a cruise travel agent, but for the last 30 years, she's been a professional photographer here in Las Vegas. And I mean, she's been able to photograph some of the most prestigious events and people throughout Las Vegas here and all over the world. She's been flown all over. She's been published in Architectural Digest, and she's been published in Newsweek, and she had a rangefinder do a 6-page feature of just of her work here in Las Vegas. And so I'm very proud of bragging about my wife's photography. So when I see another photographer that, boy, I just truly felt that this guy was really something else. So anyway, I think he's back on now. I think he's connected. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Jeff Holbury. And Jeff, there you are. Can you hear us okay? Can we hear you?
Yeah, I'm just refiring up my audio, so hopefully you can hear me.
We hear you just fine on my end. Everybody else?
My camera seems to be clicking on and off, so let's just cross our fingers and hope it works.
Okay. Well, listen, I like to start this out with kind of introducing you to the to the Old Fart community here, and we've started a year ago, and we have, as I said earlier, we've attracted old farts from all over the world, and we truly, we like to get to know each other, and we like to hear, the story. We like to hear, how did you get to here, kind of thing. So take us back about, let's take you back about 30 or 40 years here. And what were you doing back then?
About 45 years ago is when I got my first camera. I was 16 years old.
Okay.
And,
What kind?
just a basic DSLR. I don't remember the brand.
Okay. Wasn't a
back then,
brownie. I mean, I have
no,
a
no, it wasn't that old.
brownie.
It used a thing called film,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you had to send it away
Plastic
to get
strips.
developed. So yeah, that was back
Yeah.
in the old days. I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
went digital as soon as it came out in '99 with the Sony Mavica. I think it was 4 megapixel.
Maybe. Yeah.
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 So, but no,
Yes.
I've been shooting photography just as a hobbyist since I was 16, and I'm
Okay.
61 now.
What
So,
else did you do? What was your occupation?
well, I worked on golf courses. I moved down to Florida right after high school, and I lived down there for 11 years. And Cleveland, Ohio, is where it's at. So I missed my family and everything. So I came back. I was probably around 29 years old. But I played a
Uh-huh.
lot of golf down there, worked on golf courses. I ended up with a city job. I worked there for 5 years at the city of Clearwater. And
Huh.
then I actually cashed that out to move back home. And then a year after I got back home, I hooked up with the city of Cleveland Heights, and that's who I work for now, 31
Uh-huh.
years later.
Wow. And Cleveland Heights is a suburb of Cleveland, obviously.
Yeah, it's the very
You know.
first suburb outside. There's a famous thing called Millionaires Row on Euclid Avenue, where John D. Rockefeller and all the cronies from the Standard Oil Company, they built all these mansions back in the late 1800s, and well, the pollution chased them out, and they moved up the hill to Cleveland Heights. So there's a lot
Uh-huh.
of mansions from the old rich folks,
I see.
the old parts.
The original old farts. Well, not the original, but and um and then so you've doing this, you've always been a photographer, or you've always been in the hobby of a photography. And then what happened?
Um, well, to get into drones, if that's what you're asking, I've just always been one to really enjoy looking at maps and especially satellite images from Google, and just looking around and seeing what cool places are around. I'm a fan of history. I'm a fan of architecture. I'm a fan of Mother Nature. So I shoot all of those types of things, and it just snowballed. I started about 6.5 years ago, uh, knowing absolutely nothing. I mean, I couldn't glue any video together. I didn't know anything about taking stills or stacking pictures or processing, color grading, and all that. And there's a neat website out there called YouTube, and that's how I learned everything.
Which we're on at the moment, of course. Yes. And so based on from YouTube and just learning, you started to understand more of the photography end of this hobby here. And you then 6 years ago you got your first drone.
Yeah, that was kind of funny too. I bought a little $30 drone that was about that big from Walgreens across the street. And give me 1 second here. I
Yeah,
just trying to get this fired up. Um, and I mean, it was just a little toy.
of course.
And I just played with it, flew it around, crashed it into walls and everything. And I just thought it was kind of cool. So I started doing the research on YouTube, and to find out what type of drone, let's get into this and take pictures and video. So I was looking at two drones, DJI Phantom 3 Standard or the Phantom 3 Pro. It was either $700 or $1,300.
Ah,
I think I could swing 700. I didn't know if I could justify 1,300, so I bought the $700 version, and within a week I bought the $1,300 version. It just wasn't good enough. So yeah,
yeah,
it snowballed from there. I've got about 5 drones now, I guess, and they're all DJI. I don't suggest any other brand. Uh, I don't know a lot about all the other brands. DJI is just rock solid, and they don't own 90% of the market for no reason.
yeah.
So
Well, I know Max Air will show us his DJI sucks, but he has he has his opinion there, and
oh, is that
I
the guy that you had
understand his
first?
opinion.
Is that the guy you had first in line, Max Air?
No, he was he's you know he's had a number of problems with the Mavic 3 and a variety of other things, but he flies, and his significant other, they both are flying DJI FPV drones. The and
Are they old farts? Because I tell you what,
uh,
my 61-year-old brain can't do the FPV. I've tried it only about 3 or 4 times, and it's just, I don't know. I'll learn it someday.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, and I've tried it with the a standard 5 inch, with a Fat Shark goggles, and I couldn't. I mean, I really just was totally in the dark. I mean, the guy who was guiding me said, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And I guess I shot the thing up about 300 feet to begin with, and I guess it's not the way you fly those. And then in Florida, um, and boy, I'll remember his name in a minute, but he said, "Listen, you can fly my DJI FPV, and there's no problem if you crash it in the ocean. It's no problem, and no, and everything." So he got me all goggled up, and I flew that thing over a group of boats in a harbor in at the South Florida drone meetup, and I had an incredible time. I flew for about 15 minutes, and I mean, I was leaning and bending
Oh
my
yeah,
head,
I was
and
just on a simulator the other day. I was doing the same thing. I'm like, how come the horizon's
yeah,
quick?
yeah, and they had me leaning up against a pillar of a pavilion there, so that I wouldn't get
All
too
over.
seasick or anything. Yeah, I wouldn't fall over, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I want to do more of it. I definitely want to do more of it, but I certainly am enjoying the camera drone business here, and I know you are too. So anyway, we want to, so then you got into this, and so what how did you evolve into it? I think we
Well,
talked yesterday, you started
yeah,
doing video
actually,
first.
the first year that I was flying, I just got addicted to video. And I made probably, I don't know, 40, 50 videos in the first year. And a guy who is now my best friend, actually, I didn't even know him before. After that first year, I got pretty good at making the videos and flying. And he came to me and he says, "Man, your videos are awesome." He says, uh, "We need to turn this into a business." I said, "I have no idea how to run a business." And he's like, "Don't worry about it. We'll do all the paperwork. We'll turn." And Drone Ohio was born. And so, you know, I was already uploading to YouTube and all that. So I continued to make videos. But it was probably in the second and third year that I kind of switched over to stills. And then, and we can talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being a photographer. I always know how to frame up a picture, and I have somewhat of a creative mind. So I can see pictures even before I take the pictures. But you have to learn how to color grade. Color grading is just so very important. So many people don't do it. So many people throw a drone up in there, snap a picture, oversaturate it, and then put it up on Facebook and say, "Oh my God, look at this great, drone picture." Learn how
Doesn't
to
look
color
like
grade.
reality, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And I mean, even when I first started color grading and whatnot, I was doing what my girlfriend at the time called cartoon pictures, what looked cartoonish. And she was very right, and over the years I've just evolved, and I try to get it as close to natural as possible, but you spice it up just a little bit just to give it a little touch. I mean,
Little flair.
photography is art, so whether it's, exactly how Mother Nature showed it to you, or, has your little flair to it, it's art. So as a matter of fact, on that train post the other day, uh, that post just exploded. It has been shared 850, almost 900 times. It's
Yeah.
been shared more than it was reacted to. And I gained over 300 new followers. We have 26,000 followers, but I gained 300 followers in like 48 hours.
Oh my goodness.
So obviously trains are a nice topic, but I thought the pictures came out really nice and
Oh yeah.
were color
Well,
graded
let's get
properly.
to that.
And this
You
one
know.
guy from Canada came at me and started chatting me up, and he's like, "You're not even a photographer. Those are all oversaturated." He just called me every name in the book and told me how lousy I was. And I just kind of replied back to him. I said, "Well, have a good day, but I just got 250 new followers, and we got 600
Well,
shares on this. So somebody
you,
like,
no matter what you do, there's going to be somebody out there that wants to criticize.
yeah,
And I know if you've seen the subhead of our group, Old Farts with Drones, it's exchanging information with no judgment. That's been the case with our group
yeah,
since its
I'm
inception.
always open to help anybody. Anybody
Yeah,
can chat me up and
yeah,
ask me about things. One of the biggest questions. Well, no, I'll get to it when we get to the pictures. I'll mention
yeah.
that later. I got some surprises.
Okay. Well, listen. First of all, I have one of your videos queued up here. One of your old videos.
Are we charging admission? Do you get 50%? I get 50%.
Nope, I'm not getting nothing from nothing here.
Oh, you're
But
on YouTube. Yeah, that's why you don't get anything. That's another
well,
story.
I'm all the way up to 380 subscribers.
Okay.
So
I think the minimum you need for monetization was
it's
1,000.
1,000. It's still 1,000, but 4,000 hours of
Yeah, that's a lot of
watching.
hours. That's a lot
Yeah,
of
so
hours.
I don't think I'm gonna get there soon, but that's okay. I'm not I'd be thrilled if I could make a dime doing this, but I'm not worried if I don't, kind of thing. So I've got this queued up here. Let me play this. This is Heaven in Ohio, the video. This is one of the ones that you had sent me.
No, actually, I didn't send you that one. But
Oh, I don't know how I got it, but
yeah, that's some guy's private farm on the north side of the road behind his house there. He's got like 200 acres that he leases out to farmers. And then behind the drone over here, he has 200 acres that he created his own parkland. I mean, he's got a little glass enclosed log cabin thing. It's got waterfall. There's a waterfall right there. It's just beautiful. It's just gorgeous.
Well, now this is one of your early videos. Is this with the Phantom Standard or the Phantom
This is the
3
Phantom
Pro?
4. This
Okay.
is this is, I'm sure it's the P4. There's his little log cabin glass and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I was also impressed here with your editing here. And you just picked this up from learning on YouTube 6 years ago?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I mean, your shot selection here, you
Hey,
know, I was impressed with.
real quick before I forget about this, let's give a shout out to Audrey, your wife.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yep.
I wish her all the best. You know,
Oh, thanks.
against her battle, and just keep looking forward to Italy because you guys are going to go have some good fun.
Oh, we are. Really, we are.
Yeah, I watched a video the other day where she was sitting next to you, and
Uh,
she looked kind of cool.
oh, she is. She's, you know, we uh we 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 started, we knew each other for 12 years. She was a hostess at my first wedding, and then I was divorced for about 4 years, and she called me up and said, "Can I ride with you to the Grateful Dead show today? I already bought my ticket." And we haven't been apart since then, you know. That was 95.
Cool
So,
biz, cool biz. That was the year my son was born, 27 years ago.
yep. So anyway, so yeah, I was very very you know, this video just really, I was, you know, for one of your early efforts, I was just really connected to it. This is the Roundhouse and Museum, and this, of course, is was a little more recent here.
Yeah, I just shot that last fall, and luckily Mother Nature provided us with a beautiful day. Nice blue sky with white puffy clouds, some sun. It was a
Okay, I want everybody to see this. This is a museum in Cleveland,
yeah, it's south of Cleveland, about an hour.
south of Cleveland, and this individual built this, and he owns all of the locomotives there.
23 steam locomotives. It's the largest steam locomotive collection in the world.
And he's hired Jeff here to video this and to shoot drone video here for him.
Yeah, actually, this was not a job because
Okay.
kind of how I run my business is when I find cool places like this, I just approach those people and I just say, hey, you know, this is what I do. Let me come down, you know, give me access to your property. I'll run around and pretend I know how to fly a drone, and we'll make some media. And the guy who built and created this, he's actually buried right off of the back right-hand corner of that picture. He passed away about 3 years ago. I think he was up in his mid 70s or
Uh-huh.
80, but he created this. He was just a train fan. He bought a railroad young in life, and he added to it over the years. He ended up selling his whole railroad collection, not his trains, of course, but just his ownership of railroads. Sold it for $230 million and put it into some kind of trust or something, and that's what funded this place.
Wait, is that 239
Million.
million dollars?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not $239. Yeah.
$230 million.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it was
this is,
beautiful.
I
Great
mean,
place to drone.
to get to do this kind of shot here is just massively impressive. There, I was very very impressed. And so let me grab another one here, and then I understand this is your highlight reel number one.
Yeah, this was made a long time ago. This is back in probably 2016, 2017.
Okay.
But I watched it again yesterday before I sent it to you, and it's just got a lot of cool shots.
Drone,
You
Ohio, there
gotta be
in the beach.
creative, you know, with the shots. You know, so many people just fly straight or slide sideways. Well, this is a slide sideways, but Mother Nature provided a hell of a sunset and a calm lake for reflection.
Yeah.
And if you can see, there's an egg right there in the turret.
Uh-huh.
A goose egg. Actually, there's two of them.
Yeah.
But again, it's just about being creative. You know, you can watch 1,000 drone videos, but do more than just single movements. You have to raise or lower your altitude. You have to yaw. You have to slide left or right. You need to go forward or backwards. Uh,
It's not
and
one
it's a
stock
symmetry
set of
too.
moves.
If you can't notice, there's Cleveland.
Yeah, yeah. Now I asked Jeff a couple days ago about. I understand he has some friends that are actually in the aircraft tower in Cleveland, and so he has kind of an inside track on getting permission in some of these zero fly zones here, so that we see here and in some of this here.
Yeah, you just have to build up a reputation. Again, if we go further into the story, when we get to the pictures, I told you, I fly in the Cleveland National Air Show, which is held at Burke Lakefront Airport, and Burke, holds the grid for Cleveland itself in 5 miles in any direction around Burke. So, and Burke is right downtown. So,
That's winter, I'm sure. It looks like, yeah. I was just, this one here kind of got me. You're flying into this waterfall.
yeah, that's a dam, a 59-foot dam. Yeah, if you're not crashing, you're not flying. So,
How many crashes?
in 6 years, maybe 4.
Yeah.
And one was, I would have to say mechanical. 2 of them were dumb pilot errors. And those were in the first year, actually, first couple of months.
Yeah.
You just have to get familiar with your drone. When it hits a return to home, understand that you can cancel that.
Yeah.
And fly it back yourself. And just practice. To get these cinematic kind of moves, you have to practice flying.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the gimbal will keep the camera nice and steady, but you have to be able to just like I say, you just have to be able to glide and make these cinematic moves. Flying backwards like this,
Mm-hmm.
dropping in altitude.
Yeah.
Here's another buzz out, as we say.
Yeah. That looks like a Little League park there or something.
No, that was actually AAA, double A.
AAA. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great stuff. That really is good.
Yeah, the motto of my company is Drone Ohio is always having fun, and that's all I like to do.
Well, we have, a friend of all of ours is Johnny Drone Flyer, and I'm trying to get this commercial off here. Hold on here. Let me stop that. So now I want to kind of turn this over to you a little bit here, and so that you can let me stop what's going on over here, and I'd like to bring up your screen here, and this is a shot that a lot of drone pilots don't often get to take. This is a runway here. What type of aircraft are typically using this runway?
Well, this is a Class D airport. So basically, you got your Class Bs, which are your large,
Commercial.
LaGuardia and Cleveland Hopkins. This one is a D, so it's not as large as the bigger ones. But as you can see, that's downtown Cleveland over on the left, the skyline. So it's right at downtown, right on the lakefront. So it does have a grid. It's got a 5-mile grid in any direction. And this is Burke Lakefront Airport. And the age-old question is, how close can you fly to an airport? Well, you can fly this close.
That's pretty close. Yeah.
But in truth, it's the class airports that you have to be concerned about. So B, C, D's, and E's somewhat are a little shaky, but anything less than an E airport, you really don't have to. Well, it's not you don't have to be concerned with it. You always have to be concerned with it. A drone always has to yield the right of way to any manned aircraft, period. Uh, so
Yep.
So you just have to do your research. I use the app Aloft, which I think that used to be Kitty Hawk, wasn't that? I think it was Kitty Hawk, but now it's
A lot.
Aloft.
Yeah.
I'm going to off my hat. I'm going to hit you
That's
guys with
fine.
a glare from the forehead.
That's okay. We can all join that club, you
There
know.
you go. But people have to do their homework. Get one of these apps, Aloft or whatever else is offered out there, and understand which airports you need to be concerned about. Because my guess is the majority of people just don't care or don't know or just, I mean, for Cleveland, for example, somebody will take a little Mini 3 down there and just throw it up in the air. Won't worry about, getting permission or authorization. There are restricted zones. There are zero grids. There are grids up to 400 feet, but you have to get familiar with that. So do your homework and learn about it.
Yeah. Yeah. When did you get your 107?
Oh, I guess 5 years ago.
When they started? Yeah, that was
Yeah,
about
it was
started.
pretty early on. I've been
Yeah.
flying for six and a half. And yeah, it was after the first year. Like I said, when my friend Shane came to me and turned me into a business, it was time to get to 107. But I'll scroll through, and this again is Burke. The reason I got that picture was because I was flying in the Cleveland National Air Show. I've flown in the air show here 3 or 4 years, and about 10 of us drone companies get under one big tent, and we talk to people all weekend long. It's a 3-day weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Labor Day. And it's actually one of the largest air shows in the country, the Cleveland National Air Show. So
Wow.
we actually get a 13-minute spot in the show, and we usually get to fly around noontime. They do parachute jumps. They do the big planes, the F-16s, helicopters, all sorts of stuff. It's a great, great air show. I always have a lot of fun doing this, and so that's just to show you how I got that picture was by being in the air show itself. So we just fly down.
Wow.
You can see all the people, all the parked cars over there on the other runways.
Yeah.
And then this is the same thing. I'm directly above Burke at actually 1,110 feet. So it's not the 400-foot limit because it is a closed airspace for the air show. The tallest tower in downtown Cleveland is 1,000 feet tall. So if you match that to the horizon, you can see the horizon is above that 1,000-foot tower. So that tells you the camera is basically at 1,100 feet.
I see. So, and which drone were you flying here?
This was probably the Phantom 4 Pro.
Okay. Okay.
And there's the infamous Drone Mobile.
There's your vehicle. Okay. Yeah. Nice wrap.
Yeah, a little thing I created. I built a platform in the back. It's just a Transit Connect van, one of the small ones. I built a platform in the back that houses all the equipment underneath the platform, and we hooked up a 1,500 watt inverter in there so I can charge batteries on the fly. And then on top of the platform, it just so happens to fit a twin size mattress. So that's my little drone RV, and that poor little truck's been to Texas twice, been in New Jersey, West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. It's been all over the place. And
all right.
With the mattress, it just allows me the capability of going wherever I want. And
I know we have some Texas guys in the chat here. I think I saw Mike. Yeah. So yep, that's great. That is wonderful.
And this is just the Eaton Corporation. You guys probably have heard of the Eaton Corporation. It's a worldwide corporation. I don't even know what they do, to tell you the truth, but I know the gentleman who is the lead Learjet pilot for the Eaton Corporation, and he flies the executives all over the world, actually, because they have a headquarters in Dublin, Ireland, and he gets to fly the Learjets. And
we have, I think there's 3 guys from Ireland in the chat at the moment here.
there you go.
Yeah.
I was in Ireland in '97. I did a 17 days there, did a 10-day bus tour and 7 days with family. And Ireland is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But,
yes. I got to spend a time there in 2018. I was in Ireland for a while there, and got to spend the night above a pub in the city where my great grandfather was born, Ragathon, and southeast of Dublin.
Yeah, beautiful country, beautiful country.
Oh yeah.
But again, this is Cleveland. I'm a big fan of the Cleveland skyline, and we're actually getting a new skyscraper. The Sherwin-Williams company is putting up a 600 and some odd feet skyscraper, so our skyline is going to be changing here. But you can see off in the distance, you got the sunset over to the right. The building in the foreground is the Peter B. Lewis building. It's kind of got a tissue paper kind of roof to it, and then of course Dorothy and Toto is attacking downtown Cleveland with a wicked storm. I caught that last year. And yeah, I love Mother Nature. She provides sometimes.
Oh, the best. Absolutely the best.
Speaking of which, I think the next one, yeah. This was this year, opening day for the now named Cleveland Guardians.
How did the town take that? The change of names, because the Indians have been, God, I mean, it's been they weren't they one of the first, founding baseball teams.
Yeah, they've been named the Indians probably since the 20s. They were named after an actual Native American who played on the team. Sock Alexis, I think, was his name. And things change. I don't mind it, and as a matter of fact, we got a picture of what a guardian is, because I mean, anybody outside of Cleveland probably doesn't know what a guardian is. But we can get to that. But this was opening day morning, and I like to chase after sunrises. So you got to get up early in the morning. I probably got up at 4:30 in the morning here to drive up to Cleveland and chase the sunrise. And as I approached Cleveland, I saw they had the stadium all lit up because it was opening day. They wanted to celebrate. And the skyscraper in the center was built in actually 1930. So it's it's 92 years old. As a matter of fact, its birthday is today. I saw on Facebook. So that's what's called Tower City, and they did some work on it multiple years ago where they have a bunch of LED lights on it, and they can turn that tower into anything. They can do fancy light shows and turn it green, turn it purple, turn it rainbow. So they did it red, white, and blue for the Indians for opening day. And then, of course, Mother Nature, it's just throwing some nice clouds in there. So
yeah.
And this was just recently too. Some funny looking guys standing there in the middle of the picture. If you look at the bottom right, that's the Black Widow interrogation scene from the movie The Avengers, which was shot in Cleveland. And this is one of the set locations in an old abandoned warehouse. And I'm standing basically where, what is their name?
Right where they were, huh?
Scarlett Johansson was being interrogated. So that was a lot of fun. This is one of our newest towers in downtown Cleveland, the Hilton Hotel. And then in reflection, the tan building in reflection with a white roof is Cleveland Public Auditorium. Again, just trying to be creative with photography.
Yeah. Wow.
Here's another creative one. This is
Yes.
the basketball arena where the Cavaliers play.
Yes,
And,
I found that interesting that the Cavaliers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, play in Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. The
well,
Houston Rockets enjoy that.
yeah. Well, we got Dan Gilbert, and I think he's basically from the Detroit area. And Dan Gilbert, he has a little bit too much money too. So he bought the Cavaliers years ago. Um, I'm sure he leases the building from the Gateway Complex, but originally he had named it. He paid for the naming rights. It was called Quicken Loans Arena because Quicken Loans was where he's earned a lot of his money, and then Rocket Mortgage is just an offshoot of the Quicken Loans. So to advertise that name, he changed it from Quicken Loans Arena to the Rocket Mortgage. And
Yeah,
again, it's
we
just
do that here. The place where the Vegas Golden Knights play is the T-Mobile Arena, and now where the Vegas Aces, the WNBA team, plays, used to be Mandalay Bay Arena, and now it's the Michelob Light Arena. So
what do they call the Raiders' new home down there?
Allegiant Stadium.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a neat building there.
yeah,
High tech too.
Airline. That's a local airline here. So let's get to the. We want to see the trains. I think that's what.
Oh, you want to see the
That's what
train?
attracted everybody here.
Here, let me show
It's
you
what
this.
attracted me.
This is St. Louis.
This is beautiful stuff, Jeff.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
I am just so impressed with your
All right, let me see if
the
I can
angles
find
and
the
the
train.
shots you get to take here. But I know so many people have been, that just caught my eye when I saw the trains.
There you go, choo-choos.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I call a train graveyard, but it's actually a working business. Leroy's, is it Larry's or Leroy's? I can't remember. Larry's business, and they actually refurbish which ones of these are refurbishable, and the ones that they can't rebuild, they'll scrap them out and take certain parts out of them and sell
It's
those
a pick
parts.
apart. It's like a pick apart junkyard,
Yeah. But obviously it just needs to be photographed. So I went out there at sunrise. I was a little late for sunrise, but we still got some good shots. And so I take pictures like this, confusing pictures, and I make online jigsaw puzzles out of them, and I make them as my Facebook group header page. So I'll create those as a jigsaw puzzle, and I got a couple dozen people that really enjoy putting the jigsaw puzzles together with that type of photography. So that's the train get up. Yeah, and this post, like I said earlier, it just exploded, like 900 shares and over 300 new followers just in a couple of days.
I know that this is what I guess originally, I had seen when you joined Old Farts with Drones, I had seen your entry because you joined instead of as your name, you joined as your business as Drone Ohio, and so that kind of caught my eye. And then, but when I saw this, I was really captured here. That's thing. And your jigsaw puzzles. I did one last night.
Did you?
And I have to tell you, first of all, I had to figure out that you could change it from being 300 pieces to being 24 pieces.
Yeah.
And
I usually do them at 100 pieces.
Yeah, and I was amazed. I don't know if I can. Let me try here.
Well, that was something that I created when COVID hit. You know, we were all sitting at home, you know, twiddling our thumbs every night, wondering who was going to die from COVID, and it gave us something to do. So I started
Yeah.
making online jigsaw puzzles, and I've made over 300 of them now. There you
Okay.
go.
I got this one here on my screen. I'm just showing people for the moment
Yeah,
here. I mean, this is pretty fascinating. You got all the pieces here, and this is a 100-piece one, I guess. Yeah, here you can change the number
yep.
of pieces,
Make it
but
easier.
you can move all the pieces out here, you know. And so like a regular jigsaw puzzle, you know, I found all the edges first, you know, and then I kind of started trying to move them together. And this is a freebie thing you can do here,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
Jigsaw
yep,
Planet.
yeah,
So you can send them any picture
yep.
and they make an online jigsaw for you.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Oh my goodness. I was really, I had never seen this before, but I was like, hey, this is a great idea here. And I did change, I think I changed this one to 24 pieces, you know, and I don't know how you have to do that, but
There you go.
there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, so I changed it to these big chunky pieces
Oh yeah.
that I was able to, you know, quickly create and do that. And
Yeah. With
it was a lot of fun.
100 pieces, my general time is anywhere from 10 to 12, 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
just
you've shared with a lot of old farts a great idea here. You know, I have I did not know that there was such a thing, an online jigsaw puzzle.
yeah,
But
the internet's a
I'm
wonderful thing.
yeah, I was loving it, you know,
Now
just loving it.
this is of course Indianapolis 500 Motor Speedway.
Ah,
You can see downtown Indianapolis there on the left, and
uh-huh.
that's the 2.5 mile four-cornered oval. And I stopped by here on my way to, or actually on my way from Texas. I was coming back home.
It must have been in the winter. I see
It was
snow.
actually December 24th. It was
Uh,
Christmas Eve,
Christmas Eve, huh?
and I got home later that evening. And you can see in this picture up here in the top left, that's a plane landing at the Indianapolis Class B airport. But half of this, the 5 mile ring for that airport goes through half of Indianapolis. So you don't even have to get authorization if you
Huh.
fly on this end of the track.
Ah, yeah. I have, yeah.
That's more Indianapolis there. That's downtown. And of course, the Lucas Oil Stadium. That's my hometown.
Oh, cute.
That's my hometown.
Yeah.
See, that has a little bit of the cartoonish look, you know,
A
but
little bit.
again, it's art.
Yeah.
This is from that first video that you
Yeah, I played.
played
Yes.
earlier, Heaven in Ohio. That's just
Yeah.
a
I have
pretty
had pretty good success lifting stills out of a 4K video.
yeah, you can do it. You're not going to get the clarity that you get off of a 20 megapixel Mavic 3 camera. I tell you what, this camera on the Mavic 3 is something else. I mean, it is, the way I explain it, it's just twice the camera that the Mavic 2 was.
Uh-huh.
Really nice. It does
The
carry a
two
lot of noise.
lenses.
It
Yeah.
carries noise, but I just, put the noise cancellation on in post production.
Yeah. And in your post production, I know you were talking originally. You're using a lot of Lightroom for your post production.
I think I heard you say the other day in one of your videos that you've been paying Adobe for a lot of years, and I've been paying Adobe for a lot of years. So
Yeah.
no,
No,
I use Premiere for the video editing and Adobe Lightroom for the color grading.
Yeah. I started with I downloaded a program called Digital Darkroom by the Knoll brothers when it was on CompuServe, and you could download the program and run it on your Macintosh Plus back here. So I've been then Adobe bought them, and then Adobe got Illustrator, and then eventually they bought PageMaker, and then so and then I've been using Premiere Pro a little bit. I use After Effects more so, but my go-to editor is Final Cut. I've been a Macintosh person.
Yeah, I tried the Mac thing and it wasn't flying. So,
well, you know how you feel about DJI? That's how I feel about
oh
Apple
yeah, no,
Macintosh. It's the
you
same.
definitely got your Apple Macintosh fans.
Oh yeah,
They're
yes,
pretty steadfast.
yes.
I'm
Well,
just
that's
rifling.
amazing.
I'm just rifling through some of the pictures here. There's
Good.
Dr.
I'm asking the chat room right now if anybody has any questions. We're just at our first hour here, and we've been typically going about an hour and 20 minutes or so. Does anybody have any questions for Jeff here? I think I like to know when I see a shot like this, Jeff. Like what drone was that? How did you set it up? Was it a long exposure? Was the shutter speed? Do you ever change the ISO, or do you keep it at 100? What do you do?
Most of the time, I change my light input onto the sensor by adjusting the shutter speed.
Okay.
I will set my well, ISO is always at 100 when you're shooting daytime, and then the exposure level I usually put it at about 8 in the middle. I mean, if you put it up at 9, 10, 11, it just darkens it too much. And again, a lot of this is done in color grading in post production.
Yeah.
But again, it's just being creative with your shots.
And are you shooting more raw?
Oh, everything's
raw. Okay. And then do you use the raw processor in Lightroom to get your initial?
No. Well, actually, what I do, I shoot 3 brackets. So if anybody knows how the brackets work, it takes a single image in the middle, takes one overexposed and one underexposed, and then you throw it in. I use Photomatics, I think is the program that I use, and it takes those 3 pictures and the computer blends those 3 together and puts out its best guess to how the light should be, and it gets it pretty close. And you can shoot really dark with your bracketing because when you merge them, it just
you can adjust it. You can,
and then you could, like this picture here, it's pretty dark because it was actually taken at night. But you can bring up the blacks, bring up the shadows, and add whites, and do all sorts of things in post production. So, but I like to say, I think the key thing here. See, this has a little cartoonish look to it. The lighting was pretty bad that morning, but I like to get pictures as close to real as possible.
It's the Rock and Roll Museum here, right?
Yeah, that's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there.
Yeah,
Which actually I'm going to get scheduled up for next week because I want to get some more pictures of it. That's downtown Cleveland. It's a college here locally, old abandoned. And this picture here is a good thing to mention. When you do color grading, you have your blue and orange slider. You can either go to the blue side or the orange side. What you do is look at your whites. If your whites have any blue in it, then you move it to the orange side. If your whites have any orange in it, you move it to the blue side.
Warmer and hotter. Warmer and hotter. Yes, exactly.
Warmer and cooler, actually.
Cooler, yes. Warmer and cooler.
If you get your whites white everything else will fall into place.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one of the key points about color grading is getting the whites white.
Yep.
Now, see, the
Wonderful.
whites in here have a tad bit of blue to them, so it's off just a little bit. This is downtown Kent. This is where the Kent State University is at.
Ah, okay.
Famous for the May 4th, 1970
Yes.
fiasco.
Of course,
Beautiful town, though.
Or Dead in Ohio. I mean,
Yeah,
I know the song. Yes. Yeah.
this is a national cemetery south and west of Cleveland.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. I want to say hi to one of the founding members of Old Farts is Captain Ray Kelly is in the chat at the moment. I like to, always recognize Captain Ray because I think this wouldn't be a group without him.
Yeah, I saw him on one of your videos the other day.
Oh yeah, he is. He started. In fact, there's a crane with Kelly on it. I love it.
Yeah, Kelly
And,
Steele's one of my favorite clients. They send me out on their construction sites, and I take pretty pictures for them, and they put them on their website and make calendars out of them and all that good stuff.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
And I like my white puffies. Gotta have white
yeah.
puffies in the sky.
Big white puffy clouds there. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful skyline. So I know I'm looking at the chat here to see here if we have any other questions for you. But I got to tell you, if you've seriously been doing this for 6 years and you're doing this level of quality and this level of the vast array of what you've gotten to shoot, I am just impressed. I'm sorry. I hate to be a fanboy, but I'm impressed that the amount of work and the quality of the work that you've been able to complete here. And I got to tell you, I'm really proud to have you as a fellow old fart. Even though you're, I think you got me by
I'm a youngster. I'm only 61.
Yeah, you got me by 10 years. I'm 10 years older than you. So were you born in 60? 1960. Yep. Yeah. I'm a 1950. So yep.
I'm the day after Christmas, 1960.
Oh my goodness, December 22nd, 1950.
Yeah, and just to mention this, my main platform is Drone Ohio on Facebook. Anybody can go there and join us. Like I said, we have 26,000 followers there on Facebook. That's really exploded over the last couple of years. And of course, I got Drone Ohio on YouTube and droneohio.com as well. My .com is way behind, so all the good stuff is on the Facebook page. Obviously, I like to travel around and take pictures like this. But I did want to say that, if anybody wants to reach out to me personally, you can message me on the Drone Ohio Facebook page, or you can, find me personally, Jeff Holbury Sr. I'm the old one. The young one.
Is there a junior?
Yeah, he's down in South Carolina. He's in his 4th year of the Air Force, and he fixes F-16 jet engines. I couldn't get him to take out the garbage, but now he fixes it.
Isn't that strange how that happens?
I'm so proud of him. I mean, he's doing wonderful things. He's been to Germany. They recently were deployed over in Jordan, and he's doing good, And I said when he got into the Air Force, and he really changed in the 7 weeks when they gave him basic training. And
it's a wake up call, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just said, I can die now, and I don't have to worry about him or lend him money or anything.
Yes, real good. All right, well, I'm gonna turn you off there, and
I was gonna say, you didn't get any questions out of the people?
No, not yet. There, so
who was that one guy you had first in line when we first hooked up? Is he still around? The one.
Yeah, One Vision Aerial
There you go.
there. He, I gotta say, I don't know what his real name is, but I'm sorry I don't. But if you can chime in, if you're still here, jump on the chat here and do that. Also, Tom Dowling, who is also a Las Vegas resident now, originally from New York, another extremely accomplished photographer. He has also just jumped in here to our chat room here. And I hope that you guys have all gotten a great look at what Jeff has done here in this 6-year career. I know my wife's photography career has been going on for about 30 years. And I mean, she has a sizable and a impressive portfolio. But I mean, this is really impressive, Jeff, that you were able to, put this together from the time you were, say, 55 years old to 61 years old. I'm definitely impressed. So,
Yeah,
thank you.
I actually have 2 jobs to go shoot tonight after we're done here. So,
well, great.
Always working, but always having fun.
Yeah, his YouTube channel is Tom is asking me about your YouTube channel here, and the YouTube channel is Drone Ohio, Drone Space Ohio, and you can go there now. He's got 1.7K members there, and I just subscribed to it, and I'm asking all of our people here, jump on and subscribe to Jeff's channel and take a look at some of this work. I am, like I say, I've been very, enamored looking at your stuff over the last 2 days.
Just having fun is all.
That's what it's all about. All right, guys. Well, listen, Jeff, if you have any final hello, goodbyes, anything else that you'd like to plug, now's your 2-minute pitch here for anything.
There you go.
Go for it.
Just get out there and fly. To be able to do stuff of quality, you got to practice. You just got to practice. You're not going to run down to Best Buy and buy a drone, throw it up in there, and Realty is going to come knocking on your door and giving you millions of dollars. You have to learn all this. Use YouTube. Ask people. Like I said, my door is always open. Anybody can message me or ask me anything, and you have to practice. To be able to do video, you have to be able to fly cinematically. I shot with a production company last summer down in Southern Ohio, and we were doing a Netflix documentary series that'll be coming out here in the next, sometime this fall. And but they want cinematic moves. They just don't want you to fly straight in or fly straight out, or this. You got to be able to swoop in and make some creative moves.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, that takes practice. That takes practice.
And keeping it smooth. I'll tell you, my earlier videos were all jerky.
Yeah, everybody's all jerky and
kind of thing. And learning to keep that moving smoother and everything
else. Hard to do because you're doing 3, 4, or 5 different things with your controller. You're bringing the gimbal up and down, and following your subjects. You're yawing, you're dropping in altitude, you're moving forward or backwards, and you're sliding one way or the other. So
yeah. So is it thumbs or pinching?
Thumbs.
Thumbs.
Yep.
Okay.
All thumbs.
Okay. Me too. I'm all thumbs. I've tried pinching and. It just doesn't work for me. I've also tried without the sticks.
Well, your forefingers have to be down there on the dials, for moving your gimbal and whatnot.
Yeah, I've tried without the sticks. I've tried that, and it's
Yeah,
interesting.
I did hear about that. I've never given
Yeah,
that a shot.
yeah. I've got longer sticks. I bought on Amazon
Yeah.
taller sticks, kind of thing that give you a little bit more action. That you're not quite as jerky, when you move it. It's not going and setting your smoothness. Really helped a lot for me. Like so when I'm come back from a yaw, it just doesn't stop cold.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. Very
Hey,
good.
and one more shout out to Audrey, and hope
Oh,
she feels better soon.
she's feeling better every day. In fact, we, like I said, we have some friends who live in Rome, and we spent a good chunk of this morning talking to them. We had a Zoom
Yeah.
meeting with them in Rome today, and we covered a whole lot and made final arrangements and everything of what we're going to do there. And so she says she's feeling better every day. And my next step, as soon as I hang up here, is I'm picking up the dog and going down to see Audrey. And she's in this rehab facility, and they're dog friendly.
Oh, there you go.
So we can bring the puppy in, and he loves bolting from the front door of the place and dives into her bed. It's the cutest thing to see. He loves it. So, all right, guys, I appreciate all the support everybody's been doing here, and I'm glad to be back on. I have to thank Audrey if she's still on. She insisted. I was like, I don't know if I should, wanted to get back started, and she was like, no. She goes, you enjoy that. You've got a lot of people that enjoy it, so get back to doing the live show. And I said okay, and that was like Sunday night. And so Monday is when I contacted Jeff here, and he agreed with only 2-day notice to come on and spend this time with us and
I have
share
no life.
his work. Huh?
I have no life.
Oh. No, I don't believe that. All right. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much. We're going to sign out here, and I'll see you again real soon.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye now.